Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm your host, Ellie, and welcome to Justice for All. Boy, start off with the weird news. A woman reveals the weirdest houses listed on Zulu, including a silo and a doll jail. Who does this stuff? Uh, now Rendy's not here tonight. Everybody's like, "Where's Rendy?" Yeah. Well, she got hit same storms, kind of storms I did, and she's got trees down. So she's trying to chainsaw her way through what she has got down. So maybe next week. But it's all right. You all got me. Don't be bored yet. Yeah. All right. So the dollhouse, jail. Um, really? What do we? Why? Why do we got a dollhouse? Jail. When do dolls do things wrong? Uh, yeah, you seen part of the Brady house. So this woman on Zillow, she said, "Send me all your weird houses." So she got the dollhouse, jail, and then she got the Brady house, and of course they were putting it back to what was on the show, and so she did that. Also, how about a house for gnomes? A pyramid house. Um, Now, the house for gnomes, um, I got to show you guys this thing. Um, yeah, house for gnomes. Then we got the pyramid house. What about silos? Are you willing to buy a silo and pay hundreds of $1,000s to be put in a silo, old silo? And of course, they want to decorate it to make it worth a lot of money. What about this one here? The house was built on a bridge in Alhambra, California. So she said, keep doing it. How about a whole house made of metal? Wow. Weird but true. Weird but true. All right. So I want to get on to this the wrong guy. The wrong guy. So this guy is homeless. He's laying in the streets, and the police department come up and they arrest him. And then one cop says, "I know you. Yeah, your face. You're a felon. We're gonna lock you up." And they lock him up in Hawaii. Now it wouldn't be so bad, but he says you got the wrong guy. My name is this. Now, my whole thing with the whole article when I read it, and I seen this, under Justice for All, was why didn't he say his name, his date, that he was born, where he was born, his family? Why did he give the info? Well, what they did was they put him in a mental hospital because he was claiming he wasn't who he was. Now, get this, and all the time they had this real guy, the real guy that committed the crimes in Alaska locked up. The same amount of time they got this guy locked up. But this guy, they got in the mental institute. And the more he said, "It's not me, you got the wrong guy," the more medicine they gave him. You got the wrong guy. And he's locked up. Now, Hawaii officials made a horrible mistake, and they locked up the wrong person in a mental hospital for a crime someone didn't commit. Um, they had him 3 years, and get this: the guy that really committed the crime in Alaska was locked up the same amount of time. I thought you know, I when um, when I seen the police department go interstate to where they could check crime file state to state to state. Why didn't they check that? Hello, Susan. So he was innocent, and he was declared delusional by his psychiatric hospital and his psychiatrist. Everybody I've mentioned this story to said I'd sue the hell out of him. It doesn't say he has a lawsuit against him, but he was eventually released with an I'm sorry. So he's now going to take the state of Hawaii to court. Multi-million. When you say I'm not a mistaken identity. Now, I've heard this story over and over and over again on YouTube, and nobody really does it justice for why didn't they listen to him, or why didn't he say, this is who I am. Here's when I was born. This is where I was born. This is my kids, my wife, my everything. Or did they not listen? You see, it doesn't get into all this. So this is why I'm thinking he's going to take the state of Hawaii to court, because they're not releasing no more info than what's given. And I think this man will see justice. I think he'll see justice for being locked up. They say almost 3 years before they let him loose, saying, oops, wrong guy. Oops, wrong guy. How many of you got that ring cam? Now, did you know that Amazon must pay over 30 million, claims it invaded privacy of the Ring and Alexa? Why? Did you guys realize this? You got that ring cam? Well, you know what? They say they delete the videos and the pictures they take. They don't. They sell them. Sell them to who? Well, the government, of course. They got, if all you got is boring wildlife outside your front door, well, that's fine. But what about those that come to your front door that they want to know about? What if you're doing something illegal? What if you have visitors you don't want Alexa to know about? Why do you think I mess with Alexa so much? But it invaded privacy. Now, there is going to be more that, oh boy, folks, this is so justice for all here. 30 million in fines to settle alleged privacy violation involving its voice assistant Alexa and doorbell cam Ring. In one lawsuit, the federal commission kept child recordings. Why is it recording our kids? And then what? And then they're selling it? Our kids doing what? It illegally used to improve algorithms and kept transcripts of their interactions with Alexa, despite parents' requests to delete them. In addition, 25 million civil penalty. Amazon would not be able to use the data that has been acquired to be deleted. What? Why do they want to fight to do that? Yeah, this is justice. Yeah, we're not going to let Amazon use data that has been requested to be deleted. The company also would have to remove children's interactive Alexa accounts and to be required to notify its customers. Well, they should. This is all about child accounts. How many times do you have children in your home with Alexa? And I know my kids had fun with it. Alexa, what about this? and kept asking question after question. Well, it kept all that data and sold it to who? Whom? So now they're being sued. So the Ring Cam and Alexa that control your what they're taking pictures of outside your home or inside your home was up for the grabs, and the court said no, 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 no. If you're going to do children, you can't have these pictures. Alexa's default settings were store recordings and transcript indefinitely. What are they going after? What pictures are they taking inside your home? They say we take our responsibility to our customers and their families very seriously. We have consistently take steps to protect customer privacy and providing clear privacy disclosures and customer controls. Really? Then why are they being sued? If the feds weren't suing them, so they did something wrong. It's because are they storing our videos indefinitely, our pictures? This is inside the home, even outside with the camera, the doorbell ring. Is it a good thing or a bad thing, folks? Yeah, it's a spy. Karen said Alexa is a spying device. Now, I mean, if it's now outside, I could see the police using this to capture criminals, but why would it need to have pictures of the inside of our house? And why is it the most of the suit is going for what the pictures or videos inside our house? Thank God, justice for all. Yeah, because now they're going to court and they say they are going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay back 30 million. Um, in spite of the lawsuit, the FTC seeks 5.8 million fine for Amazon over claims employees and contractors at the ring. So what? So what is this talking about? Well, what if there's an employee that sees a child and thinks, "Hey, child in jammies or less, I'm going to take this picture and I'm going to put it on the porn sites for child trafficking." See, it doesn't say that the employees were able to not grab up what was put out there. Now, I always thought this ring camera thing was a bad idea. And I thought about it, it was like, okay, so we could help. But what about for the stuff that they don't help and they are selling to the highest pervert? William, I might get in trouble for that. You're worried about your stuff. I got William coming up in about 30 minutes or 40 minutes. He's got some good stuff. And William, I was able to get uh, a clip for what you need tonight. So now they're being sued. Amazon, Google, all of this is being sued for child pornography. And what are we seeing in the world today that's being presented, pushed forward, and that is pushed upon the American people? Well, justice now against these ring cameras. Don't do it, folks. Don't do it. Don't put this ring cam on your doorbell. Because if you're following it, you're watching it, so is Amazon and so is others of what's going on not only outside your home but inside your home. Wow. Jack Daniels. Okay, so the dog people decide to make a squeaky toy. My dog loved it. She heard the sound bite for it this morning. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm all for it." And she didn't even know it was a bottle of Jack Daniels. So Jack Daniels sued. Um, and it got a victory with the Supreme Court over a dog toy lawsuit. Now, if you're going to make it look like the bottle, who cares if you put a squeaky toy in it? If, let's say it was Oscar Mayer wieners and it was a set of hot dogs with a little squeaky toy in it, you still are obligated to pay Oscar Mayer for copyright. William, me and William, we know copyright at this point. I get hit all the time for copyright. You can't use a a um, a product that's out there and make something out of it, make it look just like it. And then you're like, well, maybe it wasn't just like it. Well, wait a minute. Let me show you. Now, the bottle on the left is the Jack Daniels bottle. The one on the right is a squeaky toy for dogs. Now, tell me that isn't identical. And why they would think that they could do this and get away with it not being hit its copyright with so much. Who cares? It's a doggy toy. And um, so Jack Daniels won the victory over this. Now, how, I mean, William was like, I'm worried about copyrights for his show tonight. And, so it kind of goes along with this whole Jack Daniels um, product. Now, when you look at this, now, who cares it's liquor? Okay. They're not feeding their dog liquor, they're feeding their dog a squeaky toy. Because when I did this, when I put up the sound it makes, my dog went nuts. Who cares what it looks like? It's a squeaky toy, squeaky toy. I'm all over squeaky toy. That's all the dog cares about. And they made a lot of money off of this because why? Because those that love Jack Daniels decide to buy it for their dogs. Justice. Justice. Whether we agree with Jack Daniels and whether we agree that Jack Daniels shouldn't put whiskey out that's causing many deaths. Um, I'm a mother of a drunk driver. Um, the guy that was driving the car with my son in it, he was a drunk driver. I'm not big on a whole Jack Daniels, but for another company to put out a squeaky toy, um, how many moms does that offend? It didn't offend me. It offended me more on, wait, I get hit all the time with YouTube for just playing a 30-second video or showing a picture. And they're like, copyright, copyright. Well, and Jack Daniels or this squeaky toy thing gets to get away with this stuff. No, 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 no. They're going to pay like the rest of us. And it don't matter how big you are or how big the squeaky toy manufacturer is and how much money they made off Jack Daniels, they're still going to have to pay. So, ah, all right. So, um, First Amendment, folks. This one here kind of, um, this one here, I had to look at it for a long time because what it is about is in Arizona, where many people are taking pictures when cops arrest them. Now in Arizona, they're starting to pass laws that, okay, if a cop arrests you, do you have the right to videotape him if he turns out to be an ass? And I know that's not allowed. Um, if he is being not sticking to the laws, I hear from Lee, I hear from people in Illinois, I hear Chicago and California, how corrupt police officers are. Do you have the right to videotape them? Well, now in Arizona, they decide they're going to change this law or make a law. And it's considering the options in response to Arizona law last week. It is a crime to record video police officers from closer than 8 feet away. Now, if you are the one being arrested, you can record them. If you are someone that's in the crowd, you have to stay 8 feet away. Now, these videos can be blown up, folks. Now, let's look at George Floyd that brought out being video recorded. Was that legal? Should we make laws against a person with that videotape? Because you know what, that cop was wrong. Now, get mad at me all you want, folks. I know there's going to be some hardcore. No, 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 no. Wait a minute now. Now, I have police officers in my family. And when you kneel on them, it's to place the cuffs and let go and put them in the vehicle. You do not kneel on them till they die. And this is what the video recording showed. So, is it an anti First Amendment right to not be allowed to record? Because this is just the beginning. Because if they say you can only record from 8 feet away, what's going to make it to 15 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet? How far are they going to go back so that you can't see what our government or our state or our local law enforcement is doing? I mean, this is big up for discussion because I have law enforcement in my family, or had, and a lot of them have retired now, and then we got the next generation going in. When is the First Amendment right of recording? Is it, and they say, oh, we're going to let the people that are being assaulted recording. Okay, but what if they're being beaten and their phone flies this way? What are they going to be able to record with this corruption of police officers? And my family has been on the up and up as far as I know. But when I look at Illinois and New York and Michigan and the blue states, we're looking at police corruption, even Mississippi and the southern states during um, white only, black only. And there are corrupt police officers. All the good police officers quit, walked away from their job, and retired. What's left? What's left? And I can't deny that the police officers, there are good ones and there are bad ones. Because look at George Floyd. It was a perfect example of a bad cop gone wrong. And so this whole thing, the law was signed in on Wednesday by the governor that people can be charged for a misdemeanor if they record police from less than 8 feet away. Now, I took pictures this last week, and I was like, you know, I thought I was about 10 feet away, and everything looked small. It didn't. It didn't give the whole scope of what was really going on. And so if you have a picture 8 feet away, so when is it going to be okay to move it 10 feet, 15, 20? And can you blow it up? And if technology can blow it up, how close can you get? Why 8 feet? There is zero evidence record that this law has actually addressed this problems. We are investigating all possibility option for addressing the unconditional law. What's unconditional about this? Um, some people now I know me being a reporter. When you get to somewhere that is something's really going on, you want to get as close as you can, but you don't. Out of respect for the police officers, you don't get up and personal. And should we? Now, George Floyd, I think they were about 12 feet away. It was a sidewalk to where they had, where the police was, and then they zoomed it in. Um, and this is, I think, what we are now seeing that with the federal police, state police, even your locals, I think they're now starting to take a look at what's too close is too close, because it's not about family members interfering with who you have on the ground. This is about videotaping. This is someone that's saying, oh, I've got this story, I can make money on TikTok and Twitter, and I'm going to get the best picture, I'm going to make the money off the best. Well, how safe are you now if you are a person that has a gun? What about another thug that would retaliate against a police officer? How close is too close? Now, if you were a gang member, see another gang member, and you know this police officer is a thug, of course, if you can get 5 feet away, you're going to definitely uh, do some harm to this officer. If you're 10 feet away, 15 feet away, uh, and what are your chances? Now, I always want to go back to George Floyd, or even how about we go back to Ferguson, where this police officer had these two kids that wanted to overwhelm him. He had to pull his gun and he shot him. And that's where the help, I can't breathe, that which was never said. So we have to look at what's close is too close. Now, that's why we have police officers with body armor. Now, so body armor is going to get the closest that we could get. Is all of the police departments um, have this ability? No. And if your police office and your officers don't, you make sure they get them, because under FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, us as reporters or news people, we can pull it and we say, yeah, let's look, let's take a look at what they were doing. And if it doesn't get into court, it makes a big difference, folks. Big difference. Is it um, um, is it should we have it as amendment number one of freedom of information? In a way, yes. I think this should be a standard law across our country, that no matter what, somebody needs to be recording every single arrest, because we've got some really bad police officers out there. Those that are in there, what, to take the drugs, take the money, take the power, they need to be recorded. And until we get rid of these bad officers, we're going to have bad officers in every single precinct. And we're going to see a George Floyd over and over and over again, folks. So, um, with that, that is it for the show. Justice for all. And I hope you come back next week, because we'll have more. Now, I'm glad you listened to me about uh, with the bad cops. Um, uh, and we need to justice for all, whether it's a bad cop, a good cop, or somebody, a company that is frauding you. Tamu, I think, is one that has now been caught um, fraudulently taking money and not sending products out. Be careful. And they do it on Facebook. They do it on Twitter. Hey, you can get a chair, a $20 chair, and we'll sell it to you for $250. Don't fall for it, folks, because they get your money, they get your credit card number, and they take it and they run. Don't fall for it. And Tamu is one of the big ones. I don't care if they come after me. But we have got to beware. Don't fall for, if it looks too good to be true, it's too good to be true. All right, folks, please subscribe. And, I like this Monday thing now. I'll have more news tomorrow. We have William coming up with his show. Um, and his 4th of July Medal of Honor. The 4th of July means a lot to all of us. And tomorrow being 4th of July, I hope you enjoyed the video. Go check out the 4th of July video funny post. All right. Subscribe and hit the like button. Smash that bell. Ring my bell. Uh, every time I say ring that bell, I hear that song. Ring my bell. Yes. And if you're over on Facebook, hit the follow and share. Share us with, if those that want to hear about justice and maybe light news, now's the hour to share. If you want the hardcore news of World War III and me and William and telling you the truth like it is with the news. We are the truth in news here at Investigative News. And justice for all, I'm going to make sure. It doesn't matter if you're a crook, a cop, or even a justice judge. We're going to get you. All right, folks, have a wonderful Monday and enjoy your 4th of July. We'll see you here tomorrow. And if not, we'll see you in the next 30 minutes.